right, let's take a look at Cramer's rule for solving systems. This was something that was asked just because there's so many steps to remember, right? There's so many just like, okay, remember this detail and this detail, and it can be tedious. So let's jump into this one. The first thing you're going to do is set up a nice little 2x2 sort of matrix with these numbers right here. And so we have -1, -2, and then 5 and 6. Okay, so we want to do the determinant. I'll try to put a link at the top if you need to see how to refresher on how to do the determinant. So we're going to multiply -1 times 6 and get -6 minus 5 times -2 is -10. So minus -10 is +10. So 10 minus 6 is 4. Okay, so our determinant is 4. So I'm going to take that up here and do 1/4 times, and I'm going to set up my next one. So let me move myself over here. So I'm out of the way of that. Okay. So I'm going to take this matrix that we were doing right here, we're using, and I'm going to modify it just a bit into this one. Okay. So let's look at how that's going to work. So the -1 and 6 are going to swap positions. So 6 goes here, -1 goes here. And then the 5 and -2 stay in the same place, but they change from positive or negative to negative or positive. The sign changes. Okay. So 6 and -1 flip-flopped, and 5 and -2 changed to the opposite, right? -5, +2. Okay, so now you're multiplying 1/4 times all of the things in here, right? You're just kind of, it's sort of like distributive property. So 1/4 times 6. So just as a refresher, 1/4 times 6 is like 1/4 times 6/1, you know? And I mean, you can multiply across the top and get 6. 4 times 1 is 4. And then think, well, that's 6 is 2 times 3, and 4 is 2 times 2, and the 2's cancel, leaves us with 3/2. So 6 times 1/4 is 3/2. Now I'm not going to do that for all these because the point of this is not multiplying fractions. That's just a refresher. So 1/4 times 2 is 2/4, and that reduces to 1/2. And 1/4 times -5 is -5/4. And that will be -1/4. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're now going to incorporate the answers, well, what each equation is equal to. And we're going to multiply that as a matrix. Think of that as one matrix times this entire matrix. So here's how I set it up. This is what it looks like. So the 9 is going to multiply times the first one, plus the -29 is going to multiply times the second one. And we do the same thing here. 9 times the first one is added to -29 times the second one. Okay. So at this point, you know, you might be like feeling a little overwhelmed by this. In fact, if you're feeling like you'll never get it, challenges grow your brain. It's not just something that we just say. I mean, it actually, I'm not saying your brain's going to like expand in outwardly, right? You know, oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm saying it grows connections in your brain. So this will get easier. Doing a process the first time is much more challenging than the 100th time. And it's not like you have to do 100 of these to make it easier. But this gets easier because you learn the steps and you learn that there's a sequence to it. And your brain loves patterns and order and things like that. Like your brain just thrives on that. And so yeah, it will get easier, but you have to go through the hard part first, right? Unfortunately, the easy part doesn't come at the beginning. Okay, so let me pull up a calculator and let me move myself over again. And how about I erase all that over there? Okay. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Okay. So now, love this calculator. This is a great one to have. We're going to do 9 times 3/2. And get out from under that fraction. plus 1/2 times negative 29. All right, all of that is just -1, which is kind of crazy, but it works. All right, and we'll do the same thing for the next one. So 9 times -5/4. And plus negative, oops, I don't want two negatives. -1/4 times -29. Okay, that ends up being -4. And so all of this is -4. How about that? Interesting. Okay, so now let's think about what this answer means. So I'm going to move the video over again. Okay, so this is our solution. And a solution to a system is an actual coordinate point, like that you could graph. So you want to put it in parentheses. You want to put the top one first because that's X, and then the next one's Y. And that's your answer. -1, -4. That's it. That's not easy, but the process of perseverance will get you there. All right. I hope it helps. See you next time.